Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, but it's not German language lesson, it's English. Good afternoon, Jamila. Good afternoon. How are you today? Do you hear me well? Rihan, good afternoon. Yes. First of all, thank you for your homework. For those who send me homework, thank you so much. Once again, just to remind you, do not send me homework after midnight because I do not check my mailbox after midnight. And do not send it in the morning, the day of the lesson, because also I have no chance to check your homework because I'm getting ready for the lesson. Try to send me the homework straight after the lesson we have, so I would have plenty of time to check your home task and get back to you in case I have any questions. Right. So, okay, so let's start our lesson. Okay, just 1 second. Right. Okay, so we will talk about, we continue talking about generation. It's unit 1. And it's page number 10 of your student's book. We will talk about my generation. It's not exactly my generation probably of my mom, 1960s, 1970s. We'll talk about their habits, about their interests. We will review vocabulary. Alan, good morning. Then we will listen to representative of 2 different generations. It's Alice and Becky. They will talk about 1950s, 1960s. And then we will talk about past perfect and past simple tenses. So, ready to start? Before, yes, Denise, I will do it today or tomorrow during the daytime because I wanted to get homework for the previous lesson. So I will do it, don't worry. Before we start listening, I would like to review some words, and this time I also would like you to give me the definition of the words. How do you understand the meaning of these words? Ballroom. This word was widely used in 1950s and 1960s. Actually, the picture already says what it is. Can you explain me in English? Room for ball dancing. Good. Right. What do you think? What kind of dance did these people used to dance, used to practice? Have you ever heard about twist? Twist dancing? It was, yes, it was very popular in the middle of the last century. Big band. Big band. So it's a group of, Mirza Said, can you explain us what does mean big band? Big bands? People of that time didn't use musicians, very good. So it's a group of people playing live music. Live music. It's not recorded, it's a live. Band of many people playing musical instruments. Jobs for women. Women, sorry. So women got their rights and they good Mirza Said, popular music. Jobs for women. Actually, before ladies didn't used to work. Mostly they were housewives. So when after World War II, they got rights and they start practicing the work. Yeah, so it was widely used. Mobile phones, give me the definition. Gadget, good. Last time we talked about that. Computer, small PC, yes, mobile phone. Computers, we widely use computers. Even now we have lesson using the computer. Something we cannot stand without. Discos, it's something similar to ballrooms and meetings that people had before, but we use this word in our life, disco. But now young generation don't use disco, they use club, party, right? But 20 years ago, disco was very common. It's a place where young people used to dance. And this kind of dancing is a little bit different from that people had in 1950s and 60s. Black and white TV. Yeah, it's grandfather of TV that you have back home now. So black and white TV was a very unusual thing in the families the beginning of 1960s. Bad language. Eldar. It's widely mature words, not the proper language. So now people, you can meet people talking bad language, speaking bad language by TV and networks. Yeah, bad words. So next. Oh, listening. It's comprehension. Exercise number 2, page 9. You can open your students' books, page 10. And you see my generation article. So I'd like to play the tape for you where Alice and Becky speak actually, but I would like you to follow the reading as well, the writing, the article. And after that, we will answer the questions like true or false about this article. Ready? All right.
Track 1.7, Exercise 1, My Generation. How different was a teenager's life 50 years ago? Alice and her granddaughter Becky share their experiences and compare life today and in the 50s. Alice.
I was a teenager in the 50s. Oh, they were exciting times. A lot of terrible things had happened in the Second World War, and when it ended in 1945, people needed to have some fun. Every Saturday, I used to go to a ballroom where a big band played live jazz. There was a craze called swing dancing, which we loved. We went to the cinema a lot too. It used to cost 2 shillings then. Nowadays, there are so many machines and gadgets. I remember that a family in our street bought a black and white TV, and we all went to their house to watch it. I'd only seen them in the shops before that. And of course, in those days, we hadn't seen a computer or a mobile phone.
Sorry.
I find most young people today are respectful, but they want everything now. Maybe their parents buy them too many things.
Becky.
I visited my gran last weekend, and she'd found some of her old photos. They were interesting. I really liked the hairstyles and fashions, especially the big skirts and teenage guys in suits. Things are different now. We go to discos, but we don't dance to live music there. Most teenagers aren't keen on jazz today, and nobody watches black and white TV anymore. My gran is sometimes shocked by the bad language and violence on TV, but she's cool about most things. She thinks it's good that more women study and work now. She says women have more opportunities now. I want to do media studies, and she's really interested in that. My gran left school when she was 16 and got married when she was 20. I think people wait longer these days. By the time she was 22, she and my granddad had bought a house. It's true that teenagers have got more these days, but I don't think we're all spoiled. Some teenagers can be rude, but I try to be nice and polite to older people because, like my gran says, I'll be old one day.
Sorry. Right? Okay, well, clear. Did you manage to understand both speakers? Ideally, very good. So let's start with exercise number 2. True or false? The cinema wasn't popular in the 50s. Is it true or false? Was the cinema? No clue. I believe Grandma said that probably false. Yes, cinema was very popular and it was very cheap. She even mentioned the price to visit the cinema hall. It's two shillings. Very, very cheap. Yes, true. Alice's family bought a TV. Alan, false. A family in the street, false mistake. They bought a TV and they were roaming around, just have a look, so what kind of fantastic things they got. Alice thinks that teenagers are spoiled today. Is it true or false? Alan thinks it's false, Eldar thinks it's true. What about others, ladies? Jamila? True. Adil? True. Okay, so it's true. Yes, she says a teenager these days, they get everything at the same time, everything ready, mobile phones, computers, and she thinks that they are spoiled. Yeah. Becky thinks that spoiled. Becky thinks that the 50s style of clothes was awful. False. Alan, can you say what did she mention about hairstyle and dressing? The type of dress her grandmother had on the pictures of 50s? What does she think about the style of 50s? She liked it. She liked big style. That's true. She really likes and she thinks it very fashionable. Alice doesn't like the violence on TV today. What else she doesn't like on TV these days? She said that she doesn't like violence and need to say it. Probably true. She doesn't like it's true. But what else doesn't she like? Bad language, Alan. That's true. Right. Bad language, I do. Alice thinks that life is better for women today. Denise, yes. That's true. Yeah, they have a chance to work now and they have more rights than comparing to the life women had in 1950s and 60s. People get married earlier now than in the 50s. I agree with this statement. My grandmom, okay. Most people wait longer these days. Her grandmom got married before she was 20, and by 22 she already had a house. Yes, you can have a look through your article and find the sentence. Becky is respectful to older people. True. Okay. That's true. And I hope that's true. That's true, Eldad, right? And she said very nice words at the end of her speech. As her grandmother says, everyone will be old one day. So we have to respect all the people. Right, very good. Past simple. We are back to grammar part of our lesson. Past simple. We already had a conversation about this tense. Past simple. It shows the habit in the past, finished action, or something that took place in the past, and we use the specific time when the action took place, right? We use specific words to show when the action exactly took place. What words are these? You didn't do your homework yesterday, for example. Yes, so we use yesterday, the day before yesterday. We use years, last summer, last week. So we use the expression of time, right? So past simple. She lost her bag in the metro station yesterday. So it's past simple. The fact or action that took place in the past. We talk about finished action as well. So something that took place in the past and that has no connection with present time and present speech, just present action, something that was over long time ago, and we just talk about this fact. Also, we use words like yesterday. In 2018, Peter loved horror movie when he was a child, and he still loves them. So actions, something that continues from the past. Past simple. The structure of past simple. For the positive sentences, we use subject plus participle one. Regular verbs, they have ed ending, and irregular verbs is second column. Irregular verbs, it's participle one, we call. Infinitive, the second column is participle one, and the third column is participle two, right? For the negative sentences, we use subject plus did as auxiliary verb with not, plus infinitive without to. I didn't do my homework, as Eldar said. It's for the negative sentence. For the question, we put the auxiliary verb at the beginning of the sentence, did plus subject plus infinitive without to. Did you do your homework, Eldar? That's the question. And I'm asking about action that took place in the past, right? Okay. Past perfect. Something appeared here. Past perfect. What is that? Can you remind me what is past perfect? Past perfect, it's an action that took place before past simple. So it's, as someone said, it's past in the past. It's past in the past, something that was a long time ago, and after that time and present period, we have past simple tense. Look, is used to talk about an action which happened before another action in the past. Mom had baked a cake before the party started. Exactly, Chalpanai. So this is mom who had baked the cake. It was in the past. Then the party started, and now we are talking about these two actions that took place in the past. Both of them took place in the past. Is it clear? So both of these actions are actually in the past. They are over, and we are talking about this action, but one happened after another. So the first action that took place, it's past perfect. The second action, it's past simple. Another option is used to talk about action which happened before the started time in the past. Exactly. Lenny had done his homework by 7 o'clock. Look here. So it was 5. By 7, the homework was over. And we are just confirming that one action was over before another one. What is the structure for past perfect? It's had as an auxiliary verb plus participle to. Participle to, it's a third column, infinitive, participle one, and participle two. So if it's a regular verb, we use had plus verb in ed form. If it's irregular verb, we use had and participle to. Is it clear? Yes. So let's practice. It's exercise number 2, page 11. We have to put the sentences either in past simple or past perfect. Alice told me that she told me that before she hadn't studied at the university. So she told me in the past that she before didn't attend the university. She hadn't attended the university. So one action she attended the university was before she told me. When her neighbors get a TV, she go round to watch it. Got TV. She go. So one fact, another fact. She went. Look, when her neighbors got a TV, we can put the dot. She went round to watch it. It's two facts. There is no connection, no influence one to another. Here we are, Denise. That's good. Yes, she hadn't seen one before. Now it's true. They not invent computers when Alice. So people, okay, they're very good. They hadn't invented computers when Alice was. Perfect. By the time he 18, he leaves school and find job. Denise, Adele, okay, he was. Adele, very good. So by the time, so he did something. He had left the school and had found the job. So he had two actions before he was 18. Okay. Had left, had found. The band not start playing when we, good, Eldar, arrived. Very good, Alan. Arrived. So one action started before, didn't start before, hadn't started before, didn't start. One action didn't took place beforehand. In the 1950s, people want to enjoy themselves because they a hard time during the war. Wanted. Denise, perfect, bravo, very good, very good. Wanted, and the second part of the sentence had. The first had is auxiliary verb. The second had is participle to of have. Mirza Said, it's good. Good. Arsen, good. Sometimes I spend 30 minutes looking through your chat. It's very touching. Thank you so much. Well, and here we are, our homework. Students book page 10 and 11. Exercise 5 on page 10, students book. I would like you to share your opinion about the situation. The questions are given to you in exercise number 5. Please do it in the written form. Workbook exercises from page 12 should be done. And rules to be reviewed. Yes, Denise, go ahead, ask. I have a few seconds to answer your questions. Thank you, Alan. Denise, if you have a question, you can contact me directly. Yes, if you can If you didn't know, if you've sent already, no need, because I'm checking, I'm tracing it. It's just a reminder for those who didn't send me anything yet. So please, exercises on page 9 to 12 should be done and forwarded to me in time. Adil, send me your workbook so I would be able to check it properly. Exercise book, workbooks, anything. Any kind of